Hello everyone, Lindsay Rasmussen here. I'm here to show our part 2 haul from our Harmony Charter School resource order. These are the things that we got from Amazon and from Rainbow Resource. First, I'm going to show the Amazon and then I'll show the Rainbow Resource things that we got. First off, I got a timer. I always use my phone and I'm trying to, because when we do timed assessments and things like that, I use my phone, but I'm trying to get out of the habit of having my phone right there, and so that way I don't have any distractions and can help everybody else stay focused as well. So I got this timer. We actually have one for our kitchen, and it's pretty much the exact same thing except for it's black. And you can do hours, minutes, seconds, and you can have two going at the same time. Timer 1. This one's going counting up now, like stopwatch style. And then you can actually add, see how now the arrow's pointing down, it will count down. So lots of different things you can do, but you can have two going at once. You can have on high alarm, low, or just mute. Just have the timer counting down so maybe they don't hear the alarm go off, things like that. Like when we do the Good and the Beautiful time tests, that feature right there is a really nice one because some of my kids are nervous about testing with that. And we try to really make it not a pressure atmosphere, but they still get nervous. So having the mute could be a nice option here. So anyways, I really like this timer and it's been a really good one. So I decided to get a second one for the schoolroom because we use it often, and so always a good thing to have. Because we are doing charter school, we do videos, and they have to watch videos, and we can talk more about what goes into that at another time if anybody's interested. But because everyone will be listening to videos hopefully at about the same time so we can get done. They each got their own set of headphones. Emma and Aiden actually both got a pair last year, but Emma's broke, so we got her a new pair, and Isaiah a pair too. These are both the iClever, which they had really good reviews online, and they seem really sturdy, really cushiony, and they can extend quite a bit on both sides, so it can fit like a wide range. Right now Isaiah fits it like this on his head, and then it also has, I really like these features, it had over here, sorry, the 94 decibel and the 85 decibel. So right now it's at like 94, but we can have it limit to 85 decibels. There's also a pause and play feature, which they love. And so these headphones, they've been really good so far, and they were really excited to use them when they got them. So far, so good. 5 stars. We got more magnetic dry erase markers. The ones that we had, let me show you. They're these magnetic dry erase markers from Amazon, and they had these little dry erase tips, eraser tips, but this is what happened to all the eraser tips. Almost all of them have been ripped off. Not like because they were pulling on it. It just, you erase and it comes off. So we've been trying to baby the last couple ones that we have. We have several more blacks, but the colors that we have, most of them are ripped off. So anyways, I wanted to get some new ones, and Expo, you can just always trust Expo. And even though they are more, there's a reason why there's more, it's because they work. And they have a magnet strip on them too, so then that way it sticks to the board, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to keep some magnets straight up on the board. Plus they have some in their drawers and in their math boxes, so that way when they need them for math, we've got them. So we got more of these because you can never have too many dry erase markers, in my household at least. We got a ton of glue sticks because I had a bunch, but Lily, my youngest daughter, discovered that she loves glue sticks and would use them all up on everything, like things got glued to the wall or to the table. So we got attacked. We had lots of wonderful conversations about how we use glue sticks. And so these, we got a bunch of them, but I'm going to put them somewhere else. Probably up there, store most of them up there. And then no one will know where they are. We had a huge bottle of whiteboard cleaner and it accidentally got spilt. So I got another one, and then this one is just gonna keep the little thing right here so nobody uses it. And it's gonna be up high over there by our whiteboard. So then that way it's there when we need it, but no one can mess around with it. So anyways, we, as you can see right here, we've been trying some new things with spelling words, and I'll go into this as well in more detail of how we do it. But for now, we do it a little different than how the Good and the Beautiful says to do spelling words. And these are the spelling words that Aiden is working on. These are actually still from the level 2. He needed a little bit more time with them, and so we just are taking him at his pace. And then once we complete the level 2, we'll move on to the level 3. But we did need lots of index cards for that. And it's my husband. Hello. Sorry. You're fine. I love you. I'll be right there. These are binding spirals. We have the ProClick binding system. So we have the machine that punches the holes, and then these they're spirals, and they close. Let's see if I've got some right here that I can show you that I've spiral bound with it. I made, of course, Isaiah is in there. Here's Emma. So I made these prayer journals for them. They wrote their names, and then inside they've been writing their feelings and impressions. So, but I just punched the holes right here, and then these come apart, and then they just click back together. See how there's one. This one was broken right there, but they click together generally. Sometimes, like, I think it got stepped on and got broken. And so then this comes together, and then there's that. So we were running out of them, which is why Emma's is pieced together from a couple different ones. And so I ordered some more of the 45 sheet capacity, but I have the 85 and the 110 sheet capacity ones as well, just for binding bigger and bigger things. So those are really useful. We got a ton of markers. We got the super tips. My kids have already been into it because we use markers all the time, and we were missing some colors. We also use colored pencils a ton. So I got 120 Crayola different colored pencils. We really like Crayola. They're not like this super high artist quality, but they are definitely sturdy and they're good for the kids. So got more of those because we go through them. We don't really use crayons as often. I had a huge box of crayons that we just were not using. So I just put them in Lily's drawer, and she's just going to use them when she wants to. And then we'll use up, hopefully, them, and we can have a little bit more room for colored pencils. This is a watercolor set, and it is a 48 color set. It was on Amazon, but I just thought there were so many beautiful colors. We use so much watercolor. We have lots, but we actually got some from IKEA too this year because I love the IKEA colors too. They're really vibrant. I really like them. And then I also ordered, which they opened these too, all these different paint brushes, all different shapes and sizes, and even these dabbers. So they have been loving them, painting each other's faces, among other things. My children. we ordered a couple games. I showed you a couple in the other video with From the Good and the Beautiful. I'm excited we haven't opened those yet, but we did play Sequence for Kids yesterday. We had a game day, and they really enjoyed this. And it was simple, ages 3 and up, so even Lily played it, and Lily and Isaiah and Emma played it. Aiden was playing other games, but this one is Tiny Polka Dot, and this is another one that's ages, I think it's 3 and up, and there's a bunch of different math games. The instructions were kind of confusing, if I'm going to be honest. This was recommended actually from the Mindful Heart and as a good math game, but the instructions were kind of confusing for some of them on what we needed to do exactly. So I need to probably go online and see if I can get some more clear instructions, because the instructions were just on the cards. Like there was a card the same size as the number cards, and they didn't have a lot of room for detail instructions. So maybe I'm overthinking it, but I was slightly confused with this. Books, on to books. We got a huge box. Before I move on to books, we got a huge box of binders. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 of these 1-inch binders, just from Amazon, and we just needed more. Can't have enough binders and notebooks. Pencils and colored pencils. I have a stockpile of pencils, so and now colored pencils. So, you know, all those things. Just a lot of staples. And then books. I got these beautiful, well, there's a couple beautiful and then one silly. I'm in T-Rex. And then Springtime Babies, Baby Listens, and Wonders of Nature. And I looked through these and they are so beautiful. I'm really excited for all of these. And my son Isaiah loves dinosaurs, so I got him this one as well because he loves dinosaurs. So these are the little golden books, and they're from Amazon. There's some other ones that they have listed here that look super cute on the back. And actually my mother-in-law, she was a school teacher and she just gave me a bunch of books, so we're going through all those too. I'll probably share what we got. But for Emma, right? I'm trying to remember which one was for Emma. Maybe it was this one? Prairie School? I'm gonna have to double check. Emma or Aiden, they'll probably both read it. Prairie School, Sarah Plain and Tall, and The Beatonist Boy. This one was actually in A Good and the Beautiful lesson, where it was comparing books, that the messages of books and how they can affect you and how to choose books wisely. And this was the book that they recommended, and all the things that this book talked about and stood for, we were like, we want to read this book. So we got this one. We have a long list of ones from the Good and the Beautiful book list as well that we want to get, but only so many books that we can get at a time, right? If only we had the space for all the books. We're working on that. Also, I got a math animal coloring book. I got a dot to dot for Aiden. He loved dot to dots last year, and Emma can do that as well. This one is addition and subtraction, practicing, and it's coloring book. There was another one that was multiplication and division, but Aiden's still got a little bit before he learns division, so maybe in the middle of the year I'll order that for him. But then they have a coloring. You color, you solve for the problem, and then you color in according to the number, according to the answer, and then you check your work. So yeah, that would be a good one for her to practice. I got this scissor skills book. Isaiah's already done a couple of them. And let's see, it starts out all the way at the beginning, like simple lines, and then they get more and more advanced. And then up here, it's actually got level. So this is a 3 scissor level, cutting out this fox. And this is a 4 scissor level, cutting and matching the octopus and seahorse. So all the way up to 6 scissor levels. So I thought this was a good little activity. We've done several different ones, but this one is definitely the most substantial. Like there's a lot. There's a lot of different worksheets, and they're thick paper, and I probably could copy it, which would be nice because I don't have to keep buying them. But Isaiah's already cut out a couple pages from it because he was excited to use that. One thing that I really want to do, and I'm really working on, is going outside and being in nature and nature journaling. So I had each one of the kids pick out a nature journal. This is from twigandmoth.com, but she also has a shop on Amazon. And these are all the same nature journal. So like I'll show you inside one, it'll be inside the same inside all of them, but they have different covers. So then she just had these beautiful pictures and then these pages that we can then log our experience in the weather, where we're at, what time it was, what the moon is doing, what the weather's doing, what we observed, questions we had, what we saw, more of what we saw, and just lots of room to just store this. Now I did say that this was not thick enough for painting. This one needs to be like a colored pencil or a pencil type activity. You could even do crayons, but the markers will go through, the watercolors will go through. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I decided to get it anyways because we're okay with color pencils, especially right now. As they get older, we can get the thicker quality nature journal notebooks. So, and I mentioned, right, in my last video about all the different notebooks that we got from Walmart. This was one that Aiden saw because he loves baseball. If you know Aiden, you know he loves baseball. Baseball is a big deal in our family. Oh, and I even forgot to get the 2 things that I ordered. I'll have to pop them up, a picture of what they are. We got 2 soccer goals that are huge. I didn't realize quite how big they were, but they were awesome. And so we can just pop them up anytime they want to play soccer. And then we also got a pitching net and batting net. So it's the same thing. You can use it to practice your pitching and accuracy. It has a little rectangle for accuracy. Pitcher's square, I think is what it's called. Don't be mad at me, honey, if I said it wrong. And so it has a pitcher's square for accuracy, and it also has you can bat into it too, and you just be close and then hit. And they always want to play baseball in the backyard, so now we don't have to worry about balls going anywhere, and they can actually practice full strength. And so then they're not being hindered in that way. So we got a baseball net and we got soccer nets to practice with, which I totally forgot to grab. But back to this, I got a baseball notebook for Aiden because we needed more notebooks. And at the time, we had missed a sale in our Walmart. But then we got the 24 at my mother-in-law's Walmart, so that was awesome. I got these handwriting pages, tablets from from Amazon. And this one is for pre-K and K grades. So we have a little sheet that's similar to this that we got from the dollar store. And it was working fine, but it's actually a lot wider. So this is this, right? This is about how wide the other one is. And so it was just hard with our Harmony. Part of what we're doing is we are submitting things, which that might be changing. But we're submitting assignments and things, and when they were writing their things on there, we missed part of the words sometimes. So I got another tablet for that, and also this one it feels nicer. And what do I mean when I say that? It actually, the lines are raised, so you can feel it as you put your hand on it where you need to stop when you're writing. So that was kind of nice. They are double-sided, so top, bottom. And you can tell that you can erase on this. Like, it's thin, but like the one from the dollar store is way thinner, and you can still erase with that too. You have to be a little more careful, but I think this one would last even better. So I'm really excited about this so far. We haven't used it, but if I have anything else to let you know about it, I will. This is, we also needed more size appropriate paper. This is 2nd and 3rd grades. So this would be more for Aiden. And if Emma needs anything, I do have something I can print off. I thought I had gotten something more that was aligned with her size. She might use this for now, and then I have some stuff I can print off as well. But I was trying to just have stuff ready, so then that way when they needed sheets that were, these were the right appropriate size. This is not bound. This one is, so like it's all held together, but this is not bound. It's just loose paper. So this we're gonna have to keep together somehow. And I think that's it from Amazon. Oh, wow. I did it all. That's amazing. That was all that we got from Amazon. And this video is super long too. So I think we're gonna cut this one right here, and then I will do a quick one for our rainbow resource order. Thanks so much for watching along with me with this video, and check out the other videos and with this huge haul from our Harmony resource order. And stay tuned for the last video, because there will be a surprise at the end of it, and it will be a giveaway. So make sure that you guess below in the comments what you think it will be, and we will get to see what you get to get as a surprise. And so we'll see you soon in video number 3. Bye!